Hello viewers, this is Evelyn of Libabuhay. Today I will be showing you a very nice plant indoor. Other countries call it small limes, Calamondin, a lot of names. But in the Philippines where I came from, this is called the Kalamansi. Here in Sweden, this is not very much available and people are not using this. But in the Philippines and other Asian countries, because there is an abundance of these small limes, or we call it Kalamansi, then this is the one that we usually use when you do marinade, when you make sauce, instead of using the lemon and the lime, we use this calamansi, or referred to as the small lime. Here in Sweden, you can never have this outdoor during other seasons except summer. You can only put this out during summer. But of course, you can always have your small lime or calamansi tree, but you have to have it indoor during winter, fall, and spring. You can only put it outside when it's summer. So as you see here, I have this tree indoor. I never put this outside in July or the summer here. It's because I traveled to the Philippines and stayed there for the whole July. But I have one tree that I have outside, and this one has already a lot of fruits. A lot of my friends are wondering how I made this tree bear a lot of fruits. It's not actually a secret. It's just very common. I use fertilizer called fertilizer for citrus. And everywhere you go on a plant boutiques, where they are selling plants, they can also be selling this kind of fertilizers, or in a garden boutiques. And these fertilizers are to be used in any citrus plant. So this calamansi or calamondin, or the small limes, this is also a citrus plant. So I use citrus fertilizer on it. So if I turn around the plant, it's a lot of it. I already actually took around 10 pieces of these fruits. I use it for my barbecue marinade. It's very common, and if people will wonder why we don't use the big limes or the lemons, it's because they are more expensive in the Philippines. But this kind of citrus, the calamansi or the small limes, this is very abundant in the Philippines, and it's cheaper, so people use it. So if you are from the Philippines or other countries, Asian countries that have a lot of this kind of fruits, you will understand why people will refer to have this kind of fruit on their marinade or in making sauce. And usually you have it with your soya, and then you put the juice of this small lime, and it's very delicious, and you will long for it, and you will always want this kind of lime instead of using the lemons or the big lime. And it's because you just love the intensity of the flavor, and you're used to the flavor of it. So when you buy this fertilizer, you usually have the instruction there, the months you want to apply it. But so you actually apply it before the summer. You apply it for like half of the year, and then I will assure you that it will really bloom a lot of flowers, and it will bear a lot of fruits, just this one. So I have one more tree like this outside. And of course, when I was away, the parents of my husband were the one watering it. So as you see, here in Sweden, this is very expensive. Not very, but it's expensive if you are from the Philippines and you know you can have just, they're growing, this kind of tree are just growing outside your garden. And they are very big trees packed with all the fruits. And they don't even put fertilizer on it. They just have it there in the garden, in the backyard or the front yard. And it's just packed with a lot of fruits. But here in Sweden or other countries where you have a very short summer, like, 2 to 3 months, that is the summer here in Sweden, then it means that here you cannot just propagate this kind of plant. You have to have it indoor for the rest of the months except the 3 months. And you have to put fertilizer because you have it only in a pot. It's very different when they grow in the garden, and it's because they can collect some of the, the good soil, and it has a very big space for them to grow. But if you are growing them in pots, you really have to put fertilizer on it so that you can get some fruits during the summer. And giving fertilizers on it, as what I said, you don't just give it in a month or two, you give it for almost like half a year. And then when it will become spring, they will start to bear flowers. And then by June, July, then it will be fruits, and they're growing like that. So think like this: if you make sauce, and here it's only me who loves to have the soya and calamansi sauce. I just like it. It's healthy and no fat on it. So it's a very good choice when it comes to sauce. Like sauce to your grilled meat or your chicken in the oven. And it's just, very nice. So this is the very best alternative for a healthy sauce. And if you buy it in Asian store, because this is only available, if you buy fruits, calamansi fruits, it's only available in Asian market sometimes. It's not all the time. So when you buy it, it's like you buy for like 10 pieces and you pay for like 60 kronor. And that is around 250, 300 pesos, and that is so expensive. In the Philippines, you can only ask from your neighbor, or if you buy it, it's just very cheap. So that is the reason why I have my... So if you are someone like me who loves to have your own calamansi or small lime or calamondin tree inside your house, even if you are living in a country where you have the winter season, then actually it is very possible to have them indoor, totally indoor, without bringing them outside. Just be sure to have a bigger container on them. If you wonder that I have this kind of container, I will explain to you in my next video. So it's not really impossible to have your calamansi tree indoor as long as you have a place. Just make it kind of a small plant. And what you have you're going to do to maintain its size, then you just cut the branches from time to time, and then be sure to have your fertilizer, because that's the best way. Any tree that grows in the pot, or even flowers or like that can really grow, you really have to fertilize it. It's because it's very limited how they grow, so they need more of the fertilizer so that they will grow healthy. Because as you see, it's just on a pot. It's very different when you have it in your garden, when they have a very big area to grow for them to grow, and the roots can collect a lot of good fertilizer or good soil in an open area. So it's not really impossible. You can always have a calamansi tree, even any citrus bearing tree indoor. And actually you can put them out when it's summertime. Just be sure that you don't put them out immediately. You have to hide them somewhere else in the bush, or if you have a greenhouse, put them in a greenhouse for 1 to 2 weeks before you totally put it out, and they will be exposed to the sun. I will be showing you one of my calamansi tree that is outside, where I put it out when it was at it was already warm outside. This one I never put it out, so it's like I make an experiment having one indoor, totally indoor, and one outside or outdoor. And the other one outdoor actually is still it bear flowers quite later than this one. So anyway, I hope I was able to give you some ideas how to have a citrus tree inside your house, and how possible it is that you can still have fruits. And think of having this fruit, like if I need one to make a sauce, I only need one, so it's quite a lot in it now. It's kind of more than almost 30 pieces, if I will count everything, almost 30 pieces of the fruits, and it's really, really good to have. So what are you waiting? Go to any boutiques. They're always selling this small calamansi that is already grafted, not the one growing from seed. Because if you take a calamansi growing from seed, it takes also a lot of years, 3, 4, 5 years before you will get the fruits. So buy this one. I bought it and in a plant store. So buy your plant now and just follow the tips and ideas that I gave. And if you have any questions, you just put on your comment. If you're not yet my subscriber, subscribe so you will be notified whenever I will have new videos. And I hope that this information will inspire other people who loves to have citrus in their garden or even in their house. Again, this is Evelyn of Liba Buhay. Thank you for watching.